Morning, excuse the wet hair, just had a shower. I just saw a video this morning about somebody documenting their driving journey, and I believe she's had one lesson with an instructor and immediately left them. So she changed instructors like straight away. So on her second lesson with this new instructor, she was like, oh, I'm so much happier, it's really nice, like we get on really well and blah blah blah. And she was saying it makes such a difference, like if you like your driving instructor. And that's all fine, yeah, that's great, love that, but that's not really the point of the video. What she said in this video was her progress on the second lesson. So she basically said, I did turning left and turning right and a little mini roundabout. And then she said, I want to say now that that's what my progress was on lesson 2. And she was like, I just want to put the record straight, because lots of people say on their second lesson that they're driving all over like their town. And she was like, and she even sort of screwed up her face and she was like, maybe you're just really good then, because I don't think she believes it, because that's totally true. Unless your driving instructor is actually doing it for you and they're using all the pedals for you, which I strongly disagree with. I never do that. I would never like get them to drive all around and go like, well done, you did really well, and I just had done it with my pedals. Like, I just don't see the point in any of that. I think that's crazy. Over the years, like, I remember having an old friend, he's not a driving instructor anymore, but he used to boast that he used to take them on the dual carriageway on lesson 1 or something. I don't know whether he really did it, but he spoke like that, and it's just petrifying. Like, I had some of his students and they were petrified, yeah. So maybe he did take them on the dual carriageway. I don't know, but that was definitely not how we learned how to be driving instructors. Like, you know, your driving instructor should be taking you through the staircase of learning, which is what I call it. So you do moving off and stopping, turning left and right, T-junctions left and right, crossroads, roundabouts, and then medium roundabouts. And then, anyway, I've done that video before. I've told you the staircase of learning and the process, right? All driving instructors are a little bit different, but we were taught that way, right? I certainly was 23 years ago, the staircase of learning. So the other thing that I want to mention in this video is the pressure to like learn to drive quickly, and something that I see a lot. Yeah, I've been a driving instructor for such a long time, and I see this a lot. I see people having peer pressure. They have their friends, they want to pass first time, they want to do it really quickly, and I see it often enough to be able to make this video for you. I see people rushing to get to their test. Some people, rushing. They book it for an extremely early date, and they're like, I just want to get it done. I want to have loads of lessons and I just want to get it done. And they are obsessive about it at this stage, right? Which is great and fine, but the pressure is on, right? And they are like obsessing. I need to do it, yeah? And the energy of it is so high, and they're like, I have to have it by July, or whatever they say, because if I don't have it by this time, then I won't be able to get the job, or I won't be able to go to uni, or I won't be able to do this, that and the other. So it has to be before the 20th of July or something like that. And then they go off to this test and they fail. And then I have noticed that a very, very long time goes by before you see these people again. And I think there's this moment in that time where they're like, oh, that's actually a lot harder than I thought. That's actually a lot more stressful than I thought. That test was actually quite hard. And I think something happens in that moment where they're like, oh, I see. And they have this kind of like period of time where they're like, okay, I just need to lick my wounds for a bit because that was actually really horrible. And then when they come back, then in my opinion, they're in the mindset that is much more healthy with learning to drive, because there's something about it where they just take it more slowly. Not crazy slow, but there's the frantic obsession that I'm going to pass first time, I'm going to do it on this day, that just is not there anymore. And they're more pragmatic, if that's the right word to use. They're more like, do you know what, I'm just going to just take this in my own time. And I hear a lot that they'll say, I just want to pass, and I want to be safe. And it happens enough for me to make a video about it. That energy has gone, and they know that they can fail. And they're like, right, okay, I don't know how to do a crossroads perfectly. I don't know how to do a roundabout perfectly. Can we talk about this? Can we do that? And there's this kind of like way more safe way of coming into it. It doesn't look, I'm talking about a percentage of people, I don't know, what could I call it? 20% of people do that maybe. They're just like obsessively, I need to do it like on the 18th and it has to be done then. And then the 18th comes, they fail. And then the whole world opens, and then they've got all the time in the world all of a sudden. The 18th was just an old story, you know, their life continues, the job continues, uni continues, you know, and it all just is so much more chilled, you know. Maybe that's why statistically they say like second time passes are safer, because there's that, the energy's gone. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to make a video about that, just in case that's you and there's that energy of, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. Yeah, it's hard. The test pass rate here in Cheltenham is 43%. So there's more chance of failing first time. You need to be good. You need to be as good as your driving instructors drive. You basically, I just call everybody a mini-me. I need to make you into a mini-me. If your driving isn't like mine and it doesn't match mine, you're not ready. It has to be like mine. Yeah? Close to it. Seriously, you know? It is, yeah? It does have to be as safe as mine. Anyway, I really hope this helps somebody in some way, and just learn to drive safely and calmly and enjoy, and try not to put yourself under too much pressure, because actually driving is really fun. And if you put yourself under that pressure, it's not fun anymore, because when you make a mistake, you'll get very frustrated and it won't be fun. Make sure that you trust your driving instructor. Make sure that you believe in them, that you trust them, that you like them, and that you understand that they're telling you the right thing. Because then you can be led by your driving instructor that you trust, that you're safe to go to your driving test. Yeah. Now this video is for people like that, because I do understand that some people are always so nervous and they never feel ready. But this is not a video for those people. I've done videos like that for other people, but this is for those obsessive kind of fast people. I hope this helps you.